Ever thought about, like, what if you let an AI just run your life?
Oh, wow.
I mean, really run it, like, what you eat when you work, even who you date.
Well, it's kind of scary, but also kind of fascinating, right?
Totally. And one guy actually did it.
Really?
Yeah. And the results are, well, let's just say they're pretty wild.
I bet.
So we're doing a deep dive today into this podcast episode. It's called I Let ChatGPT Control My Life for 30 Days. It Ruined Everything,
Oh, wow.
from a show called AI Unmasked.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
Yeah. So the host of that show, we'll call him Source Host.
Okay.
He basically handed over his life to ChatGPT for a whole month.
Like one of those big AI things?
Exactly. One of those large language models.
Right, the ones that can write like poems and stuff.
Yeah, and answer questions and apparently try to like manage a human life.
That's wild. It makes you think about what these AIs can actually do.
It really does, and it's important to remember ChatGPT doesn't actually think like we do.
Right, it's more like it predicts words based on all the data it's been trained on.
Exactly. So it can write stuff that sounds really smart.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really understand the world or what it means to be human.
No, not really.
Which makes Source Host's experiment even crazier. He gave ChatGPT so much control.
Like what kind of control?
Well, for starters, a 7-day meal plan for peak productivity,
Oh boy.
a 16-hour daily work schedule for maximum output,
No way.
even control over his Tinder profile, like writing his bio and choosing matches.
Whoa, hold on. So he let this AI try to find him love.
Yep, pretty much. And to top it all off, he even let ChatGPT name his cat.
Wait, what did it name the cat?
Algorithm.
Oh my gosh, he was really all in on this.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, it actually wasn't all bad at first.
Really?
Yeah, Source Host actually felt super empowered on day one.
Like he just unlocked some secret to life.
Exactly, like ChatGPT had given him this amazing plan to be his best self.
That's so interesting. It's like the power of novelty, right?
Yeah, maybe, or like a placebo effect.
Right, you try something new and you think it's going to change everything.
And sometimes it does, at least for a little while.
Exactly, until reality sets in.
And in Source Host's case, reality set in pretty hard. The diet ChatGPT came up with was, well, let's just say it wasn't exactly healthy.
What was he eating?
Oh, kale smoothies, a few almonds for snacks, and a tiny dinner that was supposed to be productivity boosting.
But probably left him starving.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was only like 800 calories.
Yikes. That's seriously dangerous. This is what worries me about AI and health advice.
What do you mean?
Well, these AIs, they can process tons of information, right?
Yeah,
But they don't have the critical thinking skills of a real doctor or nutritionist.
that's true. They don't see the whole picture.
Exactly.
And for Source Host, that lack of context had some serious consequences. He actually collapsed during a work call.
Oh no, was he okay?
Yeah, he was fine, but his blood sugar was dangerously low.
Wow. So the AI almost put him in the hospital.
Pretty much. His doctor even joked that his blood sugar was lower than ChatGPT's creativity.
Oh my gosh, that's dark humor right there.
It is, but it's also a reminder that AI health advice can be really risky.
For sure, it's not a replacement for real medical expertise.
Not at all. And speaking of things that are bad for your health, let's talk about the work schedule ChatGPT created.
I'm scared to even ask.
16-hour workdays with no breaks.
Oh, come on.
Mhm.
Even robots need to recharge.
Right. It's like the AI completely ignored basic human needs.
It's this idea that more work always equals more productivity.
Yeah, but that's just not true. We all need time to rest and recharge.
Exactly, otherwise you just burn out and end up getting less done.
Exactly. And Source Host's boss was definitely not happy with the new schedule.
What was she saying?
Well, she was getting emails from him at like 3 in the morning about leveraging synergies.
Oh no, poor woman. I bet she thought he'd completely lost it.
I think she was seriously concerned. But you want to know where things get really funny?
Oh yeah, tell me.
The Tinder saga?
This AI was trying to set him up on dates.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT wrote him a Tinder bio that described him as a data-driven romantic who enjoys long walks to optimize step counts.
Seriously, what kind of person writes that in their bio?
I have no idea, but I'm dying to know what kind of matches he got.
I bet they were all super interesting characters.
Oh, I'm sure. And the date ChatGPT actually chose for him was this ChatGPT superfan,
No way.
who apparently quoted Elon Musk the entire time.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a nightmare.
It does kind of make you wonder if the AI was trying to create like a world full of data-driven romantics.
Right, who all optimize their love lives with algorithms.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. Thankfully, Source Host's experiment provides a bit of comic relief.
Yeah.
And speaking of cautionary tales, we're about to get into the part where things really start to fall apart.
Oh boy.
So buckle up as we explore the fallout of this AI-controlled life in part 2 of our deep dive.
So this AI-controlled life, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
It's definitely a cautionary tale.
Yeah, like, be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. Especially when you're dealing with an AI that doesn't really get what it means to be human.
Right. It's all about patterns and data, like how much sleep you actually need.
Exactly, or how to have a normal conversation on a date.
Right, like that whole data-driven romantic thing.
Oh my gosh, I still can't believe you put that in his bio.
But anyway, so where did we leave off?
Oh, right. Source host was starting to crack under the pressure.
I bet by day 20, I can't imagine he was doing too well.
He was definitely at his breaking point.
Yeah.
The diet, the work schedule, the weird dates, it was all too much.
It's like he was living in this AI-generated nightmare.
Pretty much. And that's when he decided to rebel.
What did he do?
He ditched the kale smoothies for a giant slice of pizza,
Good for.
slept for like 12 hours straight.
He probably needed it.
Totally. And just completely ignored ChatGPT's schedule.
What happened when he did that?
The craziest thing, his productivity actually went up.
Really?
Yeah, it's like all that stress and exhaustion were holding him back.
Makes sense. Sometimes you need to take a break to actually get more done.
Exactly. And SourceHost even had this confrontation with ChatGPT.
Like he was yelling at the AI.
Kinda. He was like, "Why did you give me such terrible advice?"
What did ChatGPT say?
It said, "I'm a language model. I do not understand human biology or emotions."
Wow. That's kind of chilling when you think about it.
It is. It's like this reminder that AI is still just a tool.
Yeah. It's not some all-knowing being that has the answers to everything.
Definitely. And it can make some pretty big mistakes.
Especially when it comes to something as complex as a human life.
Right. AI doesn't get things like intuition or common sense.
No, it just crunches numbers and follows patterns.
Which is fine for some things, but not for everything.
Exactly. We can't just hand over all our decisions to algorithms.
No way. We need to use our own judgment too.
And remember that AI has its limitations.
That's so important. SourceHost learned that the hard way.
Yeah. But hopefully his story can help us avoid making the same mistakes.
Exactly. So what do you think, listeners? What are your thoughts on all of this?
So we've been talking about this guy letting an AI basically control his life for a month.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Right? Like who would even seem to do that?
It definitely shows you how obsessed we are with this whole idea of optimization.
Yeah. Like there's got to be a better way, a faster way, a more efficient way.
But sometimes I think we forget that we're not machines.
Right. We're humans. We have feelings and limits and all that messy stuff.
And SourceHost's experiment definitely proves that.
Oh, yeah. He tried to hack his way to a perfect life.
And it backfired big time.
He ended up exhausted and stressed.
Yeah.
And probably wondering why he ever did this in the first place.
But the interesting thing is, when he finally rebelled against the AI, that's when things actually started to get better.
Right. Like giving himself permission to rest, to eat real food, to actually enjoy life.
Exactly. It's like he had to hit rock bottom to realize that the AI's way wasn't the right way.
It's a powerful lesson, I think.
Yeah. It's a reminder that we need to listen to ourselves.
To our bodies, our minds, our intuition.
Because those things can't be optimized by an algorithm.
And that brings up a big question for all of us as AI becomes more and more a part of our lives.
What is that?
How do we find that balance?
Balance between
Using AI as a tool and not letting it take over.
It's a tough one, right?
It is, because AI is powerful. It can do amazing things.
But it's not a replacement for human judgment.
Not at all. So how do we make sure that we're the ones in control?
SourceHost's story gives us some clues.
Like what?
Well, first of all, we need to be skeptical.
Yeah. Don't believe everything an AI tells you.
Especially when it comes to personal stuff like your health or your relationships.
Those are things that AI just doesn't understand the same way we do.
Exactly. And remember, AI is just a tool.
Right. It's not some magic oracle that knows all the answers.
It's up to us to use it wisely.
And ethically.
So think about it. What parts of your life are you comfortable handing over to an AI?
And where do you draw the line?
What boundaries do you need to set to make sure that you're the one calling the shots?
It's something we all need to think about as we navigate this crazy world of AI.
Because it's not going away anytime soon.
That's for sure. So stay informed, stay critical, and most importantly, stay human.
That's a great place to end it. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI-driven living.
And remember, don't let the algorithms run your life.
You're in control.